Hey guys, welcome to the Field of 68 YouTube channel. If you like what you see here, hit that subscribe button and you'll get more college basketball content just like this.
And not only did the Carolina Tar Heels win, but the Duke Blue Devils won as well. I know that doesn't make you very happy, Tyler, but they beat Syracuse at home. Not quite as impressive, but they've won 5 straight now after losing at Arkansas, then to Georgia Tech on the road as well. They've started to kind of figure things out, and they got Tyrese Proctor back. But the key for me now, and here's why I love Duke down the road, is you're seeing now them being able to integrate Jared McCain with Tyrese Proctor. And I felt like those two just didn't know how to play alongside each other early because Proctor was so ball dominant. Now McCain's established himself. He's got that confidence. And now Proctor comes back in. He's played a couple games, and he was good tonight. He was good. He had 14 points, few assists, played a lot, but McCain stayed hot. And they're not nearly as dependent now, Tyler, on Filipowski and Roach and Proctor having to be great. I don't think Proctor has to be great now because you know what? Jared McCain can average 15 to 17 every night. I think he can be consistent where Proctor was not consistent. He can be more of a distributor.
I actually agree with you. And also, Mark Mitchell had a heck of a game tonight. And I think he gives him an addition where it can take a little bit of the load off of Filipowski, especially down low. And I think it's a tough task to ask Filipowski to guard the other team's big man, for him to bang down low and then expect for him to be the dynamic big that he is outside and inside offensively. And I think with Mark Mitchell and him developing, I think he is a guy, a do-it-all type of guy, athletic big that can get out, bang down low, but also he gives them defensively. I think he has a quickness to actually switch and guard other bigs and guards at times in pick-and-roll situations. But I've always said that Filipowski, he needs another big on the court for him to really showcase what he can do. But yeah, Jared McCain, he's coming along. And also, I've always said I thought Jeremy Roach didn't get the respect he deserved preseason. And a lot of people were hyping up Tyrese Proctor. But I thought, hey, you guys, Jeremy Roach limped through half of the year last year. He was still pretty good. The year before that, he was really good. And this year, I just don't think we've really respected him enough. But I am there with you on Duke, as much as it pains me to say that. I think Duke, let's not count them out right now. I think they could potentially win the ACC outright.
Josh?
Yeah, I mean, well, look, I've been high on Duke from the very beginning. They had a little bit of stretch there, where they didn't play as well, but they came back and they had, they beat a really good Baylor team and they beat them, handily. It wasn't just a here or there possession. I mean, they really had total command of that game the entire time. And now with Proctor back, you look at, and we were kind of talking a little bit off air prior, before we got on, just on the fact of which teams maybe in the ACC or even in college basketball, but even talking about which teams have pros and potential pros or not pros. And, Tyler would probably have a better feel of that than obviously I would. But, probably of anyone in the ACC, I think, and again, to be determined, but who's got the potential to have maybe the most draft picks or first round guys on the team probably is going to be Duke right now. And so you can say the upside of Duke is there. There's no doubt about it. And if Philip, like I am a huge fan of Filipowski. I think he is so good, and he wasn't even their best player tonight. So I think Duke's, just like Tyler said, they have a chance to win the league title. Yes, and you look at their next 5 games. They're gonna, if you look at their stretch of their next 5, they're going to be favored in all of the 5 games. After that 5, then they're playing Clemson at home. They're at Virginia Tech. Then so they'll be, maybe won't be as favored there, but the next 5 they're favored. They win those 5. I mean, who knows? They get that momentum, sort of like what happened last year, where they had a little bit of a struggle and then they got hot. They ended up winning the ACC tournament. But if you look at anyone, Jeff, and I don't know if you agree with this, or Tyler, they've probably got the most potential pros to be drafted possibly in the first round, multiple, than anyone else in the ACC. And usually if you play to that potential, that means you got the best players and you've probably got the best chance to win the games if you're playing to the ability that they're able to play at.
Yeah, and that's what I said. I mean, listen, to me, Proctor, you can say what you want about him early in the season, but all you got to do is really watch him make a couple moves and his handle. And you're saying, like, this dude's got an NBA game to him. Now, again, will he realize that? We don't know, but he's got the skill set to be an NBA player. Kyle Filipowski clearly has the skill set and the production, the combination to be an NBA player. I don't know if they're both going to be lottery picks, but I could see them both being first-round picks at the end of the day. In a weak draft, I think Filipowski could be a lottery pick. And Proctor, listen, we still have 2/3 of the season left for Tyrese Proctor to really get going. Last year, he was horrible the first half of the year. In the second half, he really came on strong. All right.
Thank you for watching the Field of 68. If you've enjoyed what you've seen here, hit that like button, share this link with your friends, or check out the description for some other places that you can consume Field of 68 content.